as you know, Queen Elizabeth died. And to those of you who are mourning the Queen as the Mother of England, my condolences. To those of you who are celebrating because her death represents part of the end of an era of imperialism, slavery, and colonialism, I also offer you my condolences. Our church embraces our diversity because it makes us stronger. It doesn't divide us. In our church, we have people who are pro-life and pro-choice. And we have Trump supporters in our church. We also have Trump opposers. One day, if our church decides to attend a protest or march, I wouldn't mind if some of us go fight for one side and some of us go fight for the other side, and afterwards we can all have lunch together. A healthy democracy and a healthy church relies on a diversity of voices. We can stay connected through thick and thin, and we can all be stronger together because of it. If we all conform to one way of thinking, then we run the risk of losing who we are as co-creative, co-leaders in the evolution of our humanity. My best work comes from my fights and arguments with some of you. And that creative tension where we disagree, sometimes it's like iron sharpens iron, and other times when I've been too sharp, you've softened me. And when I've been too mushy, you slap me upside the head and you help me grow a spine. So we go through phases in our life. Like when you were a teenager, what did you absolutely believe? Romeo and Juliet. You had to follow the flame of your passion. But in your 30s, all burnt out, you had to take your kids to school. So screw burning the status quo. It was time to rebuild. We go through phases, just like nature goes through seasons. And that helps us to renew, to reboot, to refresh. And as a church, I want us to support each other through all of our phases in life. This is just my opinion. Please feel free to disagree with me. But there is no right or wrong. There's just right now. Right now, if you want to be this, that's what you got to be and feel to vent your frustrations. Then next year you become that because you're in a different place in your life. Whatever your now is, your present moment is what is sacred and honored in the dream of your soul. What's so remarkable is that the villain who's been evil her whole life one day sacrifices her life to save someone who's good. Or the quiet, devoted saint who said nothing his whole life one day speaks up and challenges the ecclesiastical powers to defend a gay child. Truth changes. What's true for you today won't be true for you tomorrow. You know what? Or maybe it will. All truths serve a purpose for you to grow and evolve until your next or more truer truth comes alive for you. When you rage against the machine, our church is rooting for you. And when you're in peace and stillness, ready to go home, our church will be holding space for you. Our church loves you for who you are today, but our church also loves the you who you will become 20 years from now. And you aren't going to be the same person. Feel free to change your mind. Feel free to change who you are. Feel free to become yourself at every new stage of your life. There are going to be many different versions of you. And I love that about you. I love that about our church.